Hello and welcome to my review of the Eldritch Omens box set for Warhammer 40,000 from Games Workshop. Now this box set will cost you £125 and consists of 16 Citadel miniatures. On the left we have the Chaos Space Marine Force, which includes a Warpsmith right here, 5 Chosen and a Forge Fiend or Mauler Fiend, however you want to build it. On the right side we have the Eldari force, which includes 1 Autarch, 5 Rangers and 3 Shroud Runners. It also contains a 32-page Eldritch Omens booklet right here, which has all the rules in for them, all the data sheets, and Craft Worlds and Chaos Space Marines transfer sheets. I've been wanting to do a review of this box set for quite some time. Games Workshop have done this a number of times now, where they release like 2 forces in a box kind of army set. While they release an army set which has usually brand new models for a new faction or even an existing faction, or they release like a dual army set with 2 forces fighting it out with their new rules in like a booklet before the rest of the forces come out. And that's what they did for in particular Chaos Space Marines and Eldari. The only issue that they did though with the Chaos Space Marines is the data sheets in this Eldritch Omens book. Don't want to start on a negative. The Chosen only have 1 wound. Then shortly after we had a few teasers from Games Workshops themselves to say that they are going up in the wound department, which is great. But what I will do today is it's really a look at whether this set is worth it. I don't think you can get it anymore, but if you do see it in like a third-party store or something, then at least you're well equipped. Maybe you did purchase this set and you were kind of wondering whether it's still worth it from when you purchased it. I think it is. That's the quick answer. This set is £125, or it was £125, but it contains, by my estimation, I would say almost £200 worth of miniatures right there. You're looking at £147 or so, £146.50 to be precise, with just the Eldar force and the Forge Fiend. We don't know how much the Warpsmith is or the Chosen, but if they're anything like the other prices, and given the amount of options that the Chosen kit provides, I would say that this Chosen kit here would be £35 and that the Warpsmith would be a minimum of £21. He may even be £24 when he comes out. But the Forge Fiend, let's not forget, is £47.50, pretty expensive, and the only kit in this army set that is an older kit that's been out before. Luckily I've never owned a Forge Fiend or Mauler Fiend. While I'm on that point, you can build it as a Mauler Fiend or Forge Fiend. I've built mine as a Forge Fiend, which is kind of like the ranged option, but the Mauler Fiend is the melee option. The kit has been out quite a while, but it's still a nice kit for Chaos. I just would like to see more of these beast type kits. We're getting really nice looking knights now. And I'll do a couple of size comparisons with them a little bit later on, with a number of new models actually. But first things first, let's look at the forces individually. You've got this Warpsmith right here, and we'll have a closer look at him. He's pretty tanky, you know, he's got a 2+ normal save. He doesn't have an invulnerable save, but he has a nice plasma pistol, and you can give him a Thunder Hammer or Power Axe. I've given him a Thunder Hammer. I think he came with a non-helmeted head as well, but you can give them a helmeted version. The base obviously is a bit strange, this oval base, but we've had, you know, characters and things on oval bases before. I like the layered plating, very similar to the sort of standard Space Marine Tech Marines and things, but this model goes really well with the Venom Crawler and an Archlord Discordant. So if you wanted to have like a you know, machine type looking force. You can have a load of Forge Fiends, you can have this Warpsmith, and you can have an Archlord Discordant as well. I'm hoping to get some more. I'm hoping Games Workshop bring out more, you know, specifically like Dark Mechanicum and things like that. But anyway, that's your Warpsmith. You got the 5 Chosen, which I'm so glad they've made an actual kit just for them now. There's plenty of options in this kit. You can go for full bolters, or you can go for a very bespoke force. I think the champion is pretty decent with that big axe and the big horns and the plasma pistol. You can put him in any Chaos Space Marine unit, I think. You've got a combi plasma there. You've got the Lightning Claw Chosen. They're just so cool, they really are, and they're gonna look great next to, you know, with all of your new Chaos Space Marines when they are released. A few of them have options to put a chainsword on their power plants, totally optional. You don't have to do that. But again, this one's got a plasma pistol and a power sword. So really nice looking unit. When they release a set individually, definitely going to pick up another 5 of these and bolster this unit to 10. And then finally we have the Forge Fiend. This is the £47.50 you know, set. This is almost the cost of half of the set in this old model. I've given it these plasma cannons. I think it looks really cool. They are a bit more short range, but yeah, I just think it's you know, having the Chosen as more close combat and having this as a bit more range just gave it a bit more oomph as well, and especially with the plasma in the face. So that's the Forge Fiend. You can build it as a Mauler Fiend if you want a full close combat force. Likewise, you can kit out all of your Chosen with like chainswords and bolt pistols and things. So it's a nice force. Not many models, but still, you're getting a big model with that Forge Fiend. Then we look at the Eldar, and I think it was an excellent idea to include the brand new Autarch model for Eldar here. He or she, in this case, has a number of options. I would go check out my recent review of the Autarch, because you can swap the weapons around and the war gear with the previous plastic Autarch. It was plastic. In the review, I did compare it to the Finecast one, but lovely model. I really like what they've done with the Autarch. I'm not quite sure whether it has a permanent place in an Eldar force though, not being on a jet bike or not being really tanky like an Avatar. I'll put the Avatar up in front of this force very soon. Then we've got a troop choice, the Rangers. They desperately needed an upgrade after their Finecast production. They are bigger than the older Rangers if you go and have a look at my review for them. Their poses are fantastic. You've got a load of options for heads. I've equipped all of mine with helmets, but you can go helmetless for them all. They're just lovely Ranger models, and if you're into kind of like Rangers and snipers and things like that for Eldar, these are beautiful models. But yeah, as I say, check out my review of those for a bit more information. And then what they did is they put the Rangers on the jet bikes in the form of the Shroud Runners. Quite odd. I don't know whether we needed these, but they've done it anyway, and they've put these scatter lasers on the jet bikes too. Interesting choice, but they still look pretty cool having Rangers whipping about the battlefield, sniping characters and things. I mean, even if you were to bring, you know, just 3 Shroud Runners and a unit of Rangers, it's got the potential of your enemy worrying a little bit for any characters that they've got out on the battlefield, for them to be picking them off. So they do fulfill that role, obviously with the Shroud Runners counting as fast, not troops, but it does open up the doorway of having a fully kind of mobile force for your Eldar. If you wanted to have, say, your Farseer on a jet bike, or even your Autarch with swooping hawk wings, to keep up with the jet bikes almost, and then having a load of jet bikes as well, and having a fully mobile Eldar force, which I think is one of the best ways to run them. So as you can tell, I'm very, very happy with the contents of this box set, this Eldar force up against the Chaos Space Marines. But let me show you some size comparisons and like a taste of what's to come, not only in my reviews, but in models for both of these armies. So of course I'm going to showcase the Eldar Avatar. Absolutely beautiful model. I'm so pleased they redid this model out of all of them, because the old Avatar was getting very, very long in the tooth. Mine is metal and I've had mine over 20 years, and this Avatar is beautiful and cheaper than I expected, and I don't normally say that about some Games Workshop's models, but there we go. That's the Avatar. That review will be coming to the channel. A couple more miniatures that I want to put next to all of these, specifically for Chaos. So here is a Chaos Knight or War Dog, and I've equipped it as a Brigand. The Brigand has the two range weapons, the Carnivore has close combat, and the Stalker has one of each. So these work very, very well next to, you know, the Warpsmith or the Forge Fiend, Mauler Fiend. So if you're building Chaos Space Marine set from this force, you know, you can rest easy knowing that your Chaos Knights or War Dogs work very well with it. Or even if you want to go fully Chaos Knights and get an Abominant, the Abominant also works very, very well with all of these. We'll just do a little size comparison, because this might be a while until we do a proper size comparison with an Avatar and a Chaos Knight. I don't know if you can see that, guys. If I just lower the camera a little bit. So it's turned into like a Knight and Avatar size comparison, but the Chaos Knight towers above the Avatar. I'd like to see these two go up against each other in close combat, although I think that the Abominant would get its behind kicked, because it's just got those electro thralls. So there you go. That's kind of like a little taster of what's to come, and I just wanted to make the point that the new models fit very, very well with this Eldritch Omens box set. I think, as I've said before, I think it's an absolutely fantastic set, worth the money. If you don't have both of these forces, even if you only wanted to get the Eldar side of the box set, which would cost you £100 individually, if you sold the Chaos side for over £25, then you've made a little bit of money back on the box set as well. But what do you guys think of the Eldritch Omens box set? Luckily for me, every single model in this set was brand new to me and the channel. I was able to make review videos of them, but please do put your favourite model in this set and what you're most looking forward to in all of the, I say, Eldar reviews, and yeah, the Chaos Space Marines reviews, looking a bit further into the future. Please put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, as always. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Avatar protects.